Do you train to your strengths or do you train to shore up your weaknesses? So I was listening to some commentary, and I'm a huge fight fan. I was I really enjoy the specialists. I love boxing, I love kickboxing, I like wrestling, I like jujitsu. All that being said, I'm a huge MMA fan as well. And one of the things that you'll see MMA in MMA often happen is a specialist, a really high level boxer, kickboxer, a really high level grappler will come in. And then the question becomes how much training do they emphasize on focusing on the things they're not good at? Because in MMA, if they only focus on their specialty, they're going to get picked apart. So if a wrestler just tries to wrestle, he's going to get picked apart by somebody who's a really good boxer, and vice versa. So the question becomes how much should they actually focus on shoring up that weakness? And this commentator was saying one of the biggest things that he sees over and over again is somebody who is the most elite level of their particular martial art will go into this sport, this new sport, MMA, thinking that if they put all of their effort into shoring up their weakness because they already have the ability to play to the highest levels of their strength, then that's the best formula. But what they don't recognize is when they're giving up those continual reps of mastery at their particular craft, they're going down and down and down and down. And eventually they become mediocre at both. And one of the worst things you start to see is somebody who's a grappler who tries to be a stand-up artist because he's never going to be as good as the guy who constantly trains and he was already good coming in at being a striker. The thing that most people do when they achieve excellence in that sport is they will take their expertise and they will put the weaknesses in context of their expertise. So what I mean by that is if a striker, somebody who's an amazing world champion kickboxer, let's say that he knows he's not going to enter the MMA world and become a good grappler. So instead of trying to master the whole art of grappling, what he'll master is one or two components of it: takedown defense, escapes, things like that. And so the question becomes, outside of the combat sports, what can I do to be able to shore up my strengths so that my strengths can cover my weaknesses? Gives me a lot to think about. Hopefully gave you something to think about too.